I don't have any debt. That's not by mistake. That's very much on purpose. And because of the intentional decision that was to get out of debt and to live debt-free, I have a really, really hard time when people act as though being in debt is something that happened by mistake. And here's the thing. I think that this might be an unpopular opinion, but I do think that we all make choices, and those choices often lead us to our situation, right? Am I saying that outside circumstances don't contribute to, those choices? Like, if you grew up always in debt and always believing that having a car loan is the only way you can get a car, do I think that, it's easy for you to get out of that mindset? No, I do not. I think that it probably is very difficult to get out of that mindset. But to just constantly say, yeah, and I had this other thing happen, and then, just when I thought that I was getting ahead so that I could, take a vacation, something happened and I ended up having to put it on a credit card. Well, here's the thing. Instead of choosing to spend that money on a vacation when things finally started to get a little better for you, how about instead you put that money in a bank account for an emergency fund so that when stuff happens, and it will happen, you are ready for it. And you don't have to say, well, I didn't know that was going to happen, so of course I didn't have the money. No, but you knew that something was going to happen, because things happen, because it's life, and life happens, like it or not. So listen, we all have choices to make, and the choice that my wife and I have made is to live debt-free, and that has not always been easy to do. And even when I thought, okay, we got this on lock, then we didn't have it on lock. Then we still realized, well, shit, we have other stuff we need to figure out. And we did that so that we didn't have to worry all the time. So now we have an emergency fund, and we know that should something happen, we have the money to take care of it if we can't cash flow it. And because of the choices that we've made, we are in a much better position financially than I thought we could be. And I guess I just feel like I'm rambling right now, but I guess all this to say, your circumstances don't have to define you. You have the choices that you can make to live better for yourself, to make a different choice, to do something different than you've ever been taught. Because you know that there are people out there who live without debt. So you have to know that you also could live without debt. Don't just claim bad circumstances. You can change that. You can do that. I did. Lots of people do. All the time. Do better for yourself. Know that, yeah, I grew up in a shitty way, and everybody always had debt, and everybody knew that, if I wanted a car, guess I'm gonna have debt for the next 5 years. But you don't have to. Instead, if you need a new car, you could just save money and then buy the car. You can do this. You aren't a victim. You can change. You can change your life. We all can. Sometimes you can ask for help. If maybe you don't know how to do it on your own, that's okay. I'm happy to help if you want my help. Leave a comment. I can help. But just know you can do this.